今年我们教会所定的题目是什么？
Now this year, what would be set for our church theme?
你当预备迎见你的上帝。
That is to prepare to meet your God.
当你读这个题目的时候，
Now when you read about this theme,
你说我这么年轻要去预备迎见上帝，
you may say, I'm still young. Are you asking me to meet my God
我
now?
们想得太远了。
Actually, we think too far
你
in this
当预备
matter.
迎见你的上帝，
Prepare to meet your God means
当我们真的去见上帝的时候，
that when we really come before the
不
presence
是
of
我们的
God,
工作，
not just our works,
那是上帝的工
it
作。
will be the will of
可
God.
是，亲爱的朋友
But
们，
dear friends,
在你在你一生的生命过程当中，
now in your life's journey,
你有没有预备迎见这位神？
are you now prepared to meet your God?
在你们的生命里面，
That in your life's journey
有没有
now,
被上帝抓住？
have you been grasped by God?
有没有面对面跟神摔跤？
Have you ever wrestled with God?
有没有在神的面前挣扎过？
And have you ever struggled before the presence of God?
这就是预备迎见神。
These are how we can prepare to meet God
在
now.
圣经里面，
In the Bible,
第一位迎见神的
the first person to meet God
就是雅各，
was Jacob.
他很害怕，
He was afraid
因为他的宿敌，他的敌人以扫在等着他。
because his enemy Esau was waiting for him.
上帝很赐福他，
But God blessed him.
他要怎样来面对以扫呢？
How is he going to meet his brother Esau?
他在面对以扫，
Not only does he need to meet Esau,
在面对以扫之前，
before he meet Esau,
上帝跟他见面，
God first met him.
他跟上帝摔
He
跤，
wrestled with God then.
他的那个性格是很强的，
And he had a very strong character.
他抓住那个人不放，
He held on to that man,
他
refused to
对
go.
那位说
And he said to that：“
你
man,
如果没有跟我祝福，我就不给你去。”
I will not let you go unless you bless me.
雅各知道那是神，
Jacob knew that he was wrestling
他
with God.
一生要得到上帝的福气，
All his life he wanted to receive blessings.
所以他跟神摔跤
So。therefore now he wrestled with God.
后来神讲一句话
And：“ later on God said to
你
him
在神面前，在人面前都得胜。
that you will overcome before God and
你
man.
的名字不要再叫雅各，
For you shall no longer be called Jacob.
雅各是什么意思？
What does Jacob mean?
雅各是抓，
Jacob means to grasp the
抓
heel.
这个抓那
To
个。
grasp the heel of this and
我
that.
们用一句话来形容：
But we can describe him this.
巧取豪夺。怎么样翻译啊？这首对啊，巧取豪夺就是用尽方法来争取，
So what this phrase means, to use all ways to achieve whatever you want.
就是用尽力量来扫大小通扫，
That you strain all efforts to get everything you want in
没
life.
有留下一滴。
That you shall not leave even a thing.
这就是雅各的一生。
And this is what Jacob had led his life with.
雅各就是抓。
For Jacob strained his ways to get whatever he wanted.
现在，
But now,
上帝叫他不要再名雅各，
God no longer wanted him to be named Jacob.
你的名字要叫以色列。
For your name is now
以
Israel.
色列什么意思？
What does Israel mean?
王子的意思。
It means a prince.
我是王的家里，我是王的儿子，
It means I am a child of a king.
非常的尊贵，
A very noble
从
name.
很卑贱的生命，
From a very decadent
成
life.
为一位非常尊贵的王子，
To be now a very noble prince.
何等大的福气，
It is a great blessing to him
何等大的荣耀，
and a great honor to him.
在你的生命中，
Now in your life,
有没有跟神摔跤过？
have you wrestled with God and
所以
overcome?
每一个人的生命都要遇见上帝。
So all our lives, in every stages, we must meet with God.
今天早上，
And even this
我
morning,
们要跟大家思想的这个题目，
when we talk about this title with you,
就是我要遇见的这位上帝，
that is the God that we shall all meet.
到底是怎样的一位上帝？
So who is this God?
当以色列人在埃及很痛苦的时候，
And when Israel suffered under Egypt,
神差遣摩西告诉 你把以色列人带出来。
So God sent Moses, instructing him to deliver Israel.
摩西对神说
And Moses said to God,
当
then,
我看到这些以色列人，
when I look at these people of Israel,
他们会问我一个问题：
they may ask me this question.
上帝叫你来，
If God were to send you,
那么这位上帝叫什么名？
what is his name? Moses asked.
请你告诉我。
Then what shall I tell them?
摩西把会遇见的难题先告诉上帝，
And Moses delivered his trouble first before God.
上帝就对他说
And God then said to him,
你告诉他们，
now go and tell them
我是自有永有的上帝。
that I am who I am.
I am that I am。
I am that I am.
我是我所是，
So therefore I am who I am.
这是翻译。我是我所是。
That means I am and exist
那
forever.
么就业耶和华，耶和华上帝，耶和华上帝，这是上帝的译名啊，译音。
So therefore the name Jehovah is the name Yahweh.
现在我们说上帝是我所是，他自己讲的。
But now when the Lord says I am who I am, it is addressed to him, to us by
我
him.
是什么意思？
What does it mean by I am?
我是永远是现在，
So I am means who exists yesterday, today, and forever.
上帝永远是现在。
For God will always be God forever.
对于他，今天他是我们的牧者，
So today, to him, today he is our shepherd.
对于他来说，他是我们的医治。
At the same time, God is also our healer.
就是这个时候，
So it is now,
对于他来说，
to God,
他就是我们的安慰。
he is also our comfort.
就是在这个时候，
It is at this point of time,
他是我们的供应，
at the same time, he is our
不
provider.
是以前，不是将来，
Not just yesterday or forever,
就是现在。
but even now.
所以上帝没有过去，没有现在，没有将来的分别。
So therefore to God, there is no history, there is no future.
一切的一切
For everything,
是一个很大很大的现在。
it is a big today.
当我们这样讲的时候，
So therefore when we explain
我
this
们
way,
就知道
now we know
他超越时间，
this means he is above time.
他超越空间。
He is above space.
这是我是的意思。
This is what it means by I am.
那么我所是呢？
What about that I am or who I
那
am?
中文就译作自有永有。
And the Mandarin translation says he exists forever.
什么自有永有？
It means he exists first, he exists
自
forever.
然有，永远有。
It means that he always
所以
exists.
没有人可以问上帝说
So no one can say to God,
你从哪一个地方来的？
where do you come from?
你是谁造的？
Who has made you?
是谁封你做上帝？
And who has made you as God?
没有，
No one can say
不
this.
可能用这个问题来问上帝，
For this question is unabsolutable to
因为
God.
他是自然有，永远有的。
Because God is and has always been is.
他是深层的，生来就是如此，
For he exists just he is.
也没有一个开始。我们说他生来，那还有一个开始。
For to God there is no beginning. For us we have above and a
没有一
beginning.
个开始，
But to him he has no history,
所
no
以他
beginning.
本身呢是叫做第一音 （first cause），第一音。
So therefore, sometimes we say God, if there is a first cause, God is the first
一
cause.
切都是因为他而造成的，
If there is a first cause, God is the first
所
cause.
以他是第一音。
So therefore, first
如
cause.
果你查英文的字典
Now if you check the English dictionary,
，first cause 它怎样翻译？
now how do they define first cause?
它翻译成上帝，
If you say that it is God,
它不是被造物，
in other words, he is not made,
它是自有永有的创造物，
that he is the
创造主。
he is the creator who always is.
所以当耶稣道成肉身来到世上的时候，
So therefore, when Jesus Christ was the word that became flesh and come to this
圣
world,
经怎么说？
how did the Bible say?
万物是借着他造的，
That all things are made through him.
凡被造的，
For all that is being made,
没有一样不是他造的。
there is nothing that is not made by him.
所以神是自有永有、自然有、永远有的上
So
帝。
therefore, God is always is, and will always be
但
is.
是我们再进一步的追问，
But if we were to ask further,
这位自由拥有的神是怎样的呢？
so therefore, who is this eternal
当
God?
我们说他是自由拥有的，很抽象，对不对？
So that if we say that God is an eternal God, seems to be something abstract.
很渺茫。
It seems to be something fuddled.
那么我们要问，他是怎样的一位上帝？
But how are we going to ask? What sort or what kind of God is He?
他的本质是什么？
For what is His traits?
他
What
没
is
有
His
数
nature?
量的，
He has no quantity.
他是对的上帝，
For He is one and only.
只有他，
There is only one Him.
没有数量，
There is no others.
没有第二位。
There is no second
那
one.
么他的本质，
But His nature,
他的属性
His attributes.
是怎样的一位？
What kind of attributes is God?
第一方面，
Firstly,
我们来思想，
let us think about this.
上帝就是光。
For His attribute is, He is the light.
圣经说，上帝就是光，在他没有黑暗。
For the Bible says that God is light, and in Him there is no darkness.
我们知道光在什么背景产生光，
Now, what sort of context will we see light?
在什么背景的时候，光很重要，
Or what circumstance is light becoming the most
就是
important?
当很黑暗的时候，
Is when we mix with darkness.
一间房间漆黑一片，
For example, if a house or room is pitch dark,
你伸手看不见手指，
and you can't even see the palm of your hand,
你开灯，
and when you switch on the light,
灯一亮，
when the light brightens,
把那漆黑的，把那黑暗完全的除去。
it will dispel all darkness from the room.
所以光跟黑暗是对立的，
So therefore, light will always be antagonistic to
有
darkness.
光就不会有黑暗。
Because if there is light, then there could not be any
那么这
darkness.
个黑暗呢，就是代表作罪恶。
And this darkness we know represents sin.
所以上帝就是光，
So therefore, if God is light,
他不可能是罪恶的创造者，
then it is impossible that He is the maker of sins
他
today.
是跟罪恶没有关系
For
的。
He has no association with
圣
sin.
经说他是众光之父，
The Bible says that He is the Father of all light.
什么意思啊？
What does that mean?
他是众光的父亲。
He is the Father of all light.
这个众光表明他是非常光明的，
All lights meaning that He is even above these things.
一切光明的事物都属于他，
And all the things that are good and worthy are under
一
Him.
切有光的都是来源于他。
And all the origin of what is good come from Him.
所以今天我们是一位众光之父的敬拜者，
So therefore today we are a worshipper of the Father of all lights.
所以我们至终要成为一个光明的子女。
And because of that, we must live as children of the light.
我们看自然的一种变化，
Now when we see natural changes,
如果一个人崇拜英雄，
for example, if a man were to worship or idolize a
你一
hero,
直在崇拜英雄，
if you idolize a hero,
你就有那种英雄的气概。
then maybe you will be heroic like your hero.
那么你一直在崇拜金钱，样样以钱来衡量，
But if you idolize money, using money as all standards of your
日
life,
夜所想的都是钱，
for day and night all you think about is money,
那么人家会讲你什么呢？
then what will people say of you?
满身是臭铜味，
Then people will say that you are worshippers of
满
money,
身是臭铜的味道。
that you are always thinking and feeling with money
但是我
alone.
们天天在崇拜，跟这位光明之神来祷告。
But if today we say we worship this Father of all lights,
亲爱的弟兄姐妹，
therefore, dear brothers and
我
sisters,
们应该是光明的子女，
then likewise we must live as children of light,
光明的子女，
children of light,
敬拜众光之父。
because we worship the Father of all light.
那么这个光除了道德性的意义以外，
So light does not just have reference with morality,
还有理性上的意义。
even rationality, light also has its
今
reference.
天许多人的理性是黑暗的，
Today, many people's minds are filled with darkness.
他们不能够分辨什么是真，什么是假，
Or they cannot discern anymore what is true and what is false.
他们不能够分辨什么是对，什么是不对，
They cannot discern what is right and what is wrong.
他们也不懂得分辨什么是尊贵，什么是卑贱。
Neither do people of the world today can discern what is noble and what is ignoble.
什么是高等，什么是下流？
What is considered high and mighty and what is considered base
什么
and
是
low.
美丽，什么是丑陋？
What is truly beautiful and what is truly
什么是
ugly.
永远，什么是暂时？
What belongs for eternity and what is only
整
temporal.
个理性呢
So therefore the minds and the rational of
是
people
非常黑暗的。
are all in darkness today.
上个礼拜，
Last week,
克福牧师说，
now Reverend Hock had said
中文报纸在宣传迷信，
that 联合晚报 have been propagating
不
superstitions
但
and
是晚
myths.
报啊，日报也是如此，
Even the morning reports is the same.
新民也是如此，
And the Singming reports is the
都
same.
很迷信的，
And all about superstition.
宣传迷信。
And often talk about
你
superstition.
看他们说立春哈、立春是什么时候？
So what is Li Chun?
立春刚好是礼拜天呐、
So Li Chun is supposed to be on a
我们
Sunday.
不知道是2月的一个礼拜天，还是1月的第一个礼拜天。
I do not know is it the first Sunday in January or in February.
你看那些古老的日历就写一个字立春，
Now if you look at the calendars of the old, they often have Li Chun recorded
他
there.
说立春要到银行放钱，
They say Li Chun must be the day you deposit money in your
把
bank.
所有的钱啊，你的现款全部存去银行，
So all what you have that you own, deposit to the bank on that day.
那么你会发财。
Then you will strike rich.
那我看那个新闻的标题，
And then when I look at the headline of the report,
在第一版，
it is the headliner of the
他
paper.
说立春在礼拜天，
It says Li Chun is now on Sunday.
银行没有开，那怎么办？
But what happens if the banks do not open on Li Chun on
迷
Sunday?
信到这个地步。
So it is so superstitious until this end.
亲爱的弟兄姐妹，
But dear brothers and sisters,
上个礼拜说有一个人他忘记带护身符啊，
So last
护身符啊，
So last week the papers mentioned that somebody has forgotten to bring his talisman.
所以他撞车死了。
So because of that, got into the accident
那
and
我
died.
就在报纸上看见一个广告，
And then I saw an advertisement next to it.
那个广告是什么？
Do you know what the advertisement is?
他说我们有护身符，
It says that we provide talismans
让你开车平安，
so that when you drive, you can drive safely in
让
peace.
你工作顺利，
So that whatever you do will be successful.
让你婚姻美满。
That even your marriages will be blessed.
我相信
I believe
这个公司
now this company,
用人的迷信
using the weaknesses of men in superstition,
发了一笔横财，
and because of that may strike a
很
pot
多
of
人
rich.
没有平安。
Many people today do not have such a peace.
理性上的黑暗不能够分辨，
For the darknesses in their mind cannot discern right and
一
wrong.
定是抢购，
And therefore they will go and buy
不是一
those
张啊。
charms. Not just one charm.
全部都买下来。
Maybe all the charms they will buy from the shop.
亲爱的弟兄姐妹，
So dear brothers and sisters,
感谢主，
we thank
我
God
们
today.
信耶稣，
We who believe
我
in
们
Jesus,
拜这位众光之父，
when we worship the Father of all lights,
我们理性里面的黑暗
the darknesses in our mind,
不能够分辨，
the mind that cannot discern,
全部被光照。
can be dispelled by the lights of
我
God.
们所拜的神是光，
Because the God that we worship is a God of light.
这是第一。
This is the first attribute.
第二方面，
The second attribute
圣
of
经说
God,
上帝是灵，
that God is spirit. The
什么是
Bible
灵
says.
呢？
What does it mean by God
灵
is
是
spirit?
看不见的，
God, a spirit is invisible.
灵不受空间与物质的限制，
And spirit is not constrained by time and space and materials.
灵是无形无体的，
For the spirit is without a body, without a being.
灵是没有穷尽的、
And
无限的，
the spirit is also infinite, without limits.
它不可以 限制在一个物质的身体里面。
For the spirit cannot be constrained nor limited to an entity or
所以我们
body.
看我们所信的神，
So therefore, look, the God that we believe,
他是超乎众人之上，
He surpasses all beings.
他是冠乎众人之中，
For He is also among the beings,
也住在众人之内。
dwell among all
他在我
of
们
us.
的上面，
He may be above
他
us,
在我们的中
but
间，
He is also with
他
us.
也在我们的里
He
面。
is also in us.
什么才有办法如此？
Who can do such a thing?
因为他是灵，
Only if He is spirit.
他不受物质、不受空间的限制。
Therefore, God cannot be constrained, limited by time, space, or material.
大卫是一个聪明的诗人，
David was a very wise poet.
他在诗篇139篇，
And in the book of Psalms 139,
他怎么样形容？
now how did David describe God as spirit?
他说：“我往哪里去躲避你的面？
For David wrote, Where can I hide from your spirit?
我往那里去躲避你的面？
And where can I flee from your presence?
我去哪里躲避你的灵？
Where can I hide from your spirit?
我
He
要到
says.
那里去躲避你的面。
And how can I hide from your presence?
我如果升到天上去，
He says that even when I rise,
上帝啊，你也在那里。
God, you are there.
我如果在阴间下榻，在阴间居住，
And he says that even when I were to go to the bed in the depths of Hades,
上帝啊，你也在那里。
oh God, you are also there.
如果像一只飞禽，像一只飞鸟，
He said, if I rise on the wings,
我展开清晨的翅膀，
he said, I rise on the wings of the dawn.
飞到很远很远的海极，这个世界的边缘。
And David says, even through that wings, I settled on the far side of the sea.
我在那里，
Even there,
你也在那里，
you are also there.
就是在那个地方，
And even over there,
你的手也会引导我，
your hand will guide me,
你的右手也一定会扶持我，
and your right hand will hold me fast.
因为他是灵。
Because God is spirit.
当他创造我们的时候，
When God created us,
我们是万物的灵，
that we all become living beings.
所以我们一定要跟神有所沟通
So。therefore, we must have connection with God.
我们常常在布道会里面说，
Often in the evangelism meetings, we say to all,
如果没有神的话，
if you do not have God,
我们就是赚的全世界。
even if we win the whole world,
在我们很小的心灵里面，
that in our very small little being,
还是感觉到空虚。
yet we still feel so empty.
所以我们一定要跟神有关系，
Therefore, we need to have communion with
因
God,
为他是灵，
because He is spirit,
他造我们，有灵在我们里面。
and He makes us with His spirit in us.
这个灵不能够，这个灵不能够用世界的物质来满足。
The spirit that we have in us cannot be fulfilled, satisfied by the things of the world.
这个灵
The spirit in us
乃要与神沟通。
must have communion with God the Spirit.
因此，我们看到许多非常有钱的人，
And so because of this, you may see a lot of powerful rich men
他
in
的
the
钱
world.
大到顶点；
They may be so vastly rich.
许多有学问的人大到顶点，
And many people who are so wise in their learning,
最后他们觉得空虚，
but yet they still feel so empty in life.
自杀算了。
Some of them end their lives.
为什么
Why?
因为他的灵没有办法与创造他的上帝有所沟通。
Because their spirits or their souls do not have communion with God, their Creator.
我最近在翻一些旧的资料，
Recently, I was researching my notes of the past.
我读到以前Kodak 的老板，
Now, I read in my notes regarding about the boss of Kodak company.
那么他赚很多钱
Now,
的，
this Kodak boss earned a lot of money.
写他的文章形容说，北半球南半球休息了，他北半球就开始营业。
And he wrote in an essay that his business do not end in the southern or
我
northern
们这里
hemisphere.
睡觉了，
We may be sleeping here in
没
the
有
southern
生意可以
hemisphere.
做了。
No business to do
美
anymore.
国就开始他的生意，
But in America, his business
很有
continues.
钱。
Very, very rich, this
这有
man.
钱的人，
Such a rich man.
他打猎
He went hunting one
一
day.
个兴趣，
This was his
一
interest.
次打猎，
One day he went hunting.
在几十年、100多年的那个时代，
Now in those days, 100 over
一
years
次出
ago.
门打猎到非洲去，花了5万美金，
Now he spent $50,000 US just to go hunting in
那是
Africa.
天大的数目。
So it was astronomical sum in
可
those
是
days.
最后一次，
But on the last day,
他打猎回来，
after he returned back hunting,
他说：“朋友啊，
he said, "My friend,"
我的兴趣已经常常满足了，
he said, "I have fulfilled all my interests,
也不过是如此。
but yet life is just like that."
朋友啊，
My friend,
你告诉我，
please tell me,
我活在这个世界还有什么意义？
what is the worth of me
当他
living
讲了
on?
这句话，
After he said this to
我
his
活在这
friend,
个世界还有什么意义？
what is it worth to carry on
他就
living?
用他的猎枪
And then he used his hunting rifle
朝他的喉咙
and then pointing to his throat,
开了一枪，
fired a shot.
他自杀死了。
He ended his life just like that.
事业、
In terms of career,
金钱大到最高
in
峰，
terms of money,
他
it is the
缺
highest.
少什么？
Or what he lacked.
他是上帝所造的，
He is made by God.
他有灵，
He has a soul,
他的灵
but
跟
his
神
soul
没有办法交通，
is disconnected with God.
因此他永不满足。
And because of that, he will never be satisfied.
这是一个生意人，
This is a businessman.
还有一个文学家。
There was another scholar.
我看看那个旧的资料，
When I look at my old notes,
他是《老人与海》的作者，叫做海明威。
so he was the author of The Old Man at the Sea, Hemingway.
我有一次用福建话讲这个故事
Now,
哈，
there's one time I used Hokkien to speak this story.
那么也是杨牧师替我翻译。
So Revenue was the translator for me.
当时他的福建话不大灵光，听不大清楚。
The time Revenue couldn't understand Hokkien that much yet.
我说他抓了一条大鱼，
So I said that he caught a big fish,
把一个小鱼吃掉了。
so eaten by smaller fishes.
他跟我翻译说，那个大鱼给猫吃掉了。
So he translated that a fish was eaten by cats.
哇，全部的会众都笑起来
So
了。
all the congregation laughed at this.
今天可能他听了几次，
So now I've heard this story many more times.
他不会说给猫吃掉。
So he will not say eaten by cats anymore.
这个海明威写一本书，
So Ernest Hemingway, he wrote about this book.
讲到这个人他出去抓鱼，
Talk about this man, he went out fishing.
他抓了一条大鱼
So，he caught a large fish.
那是很成功，对不对？
So it was supposed to be a very
他把
successful
那个
day.
大鱼用九牛二虎的力量拉到岸上，
So he strained all energies to bring the large fish to shore.
可是，在拉的过程当中，
But in the process of plowing
很多
through,
小鱼全部来了，
there are a lot of small fishes
就
coming
把他的大鱼吃掉。
and ate up the large catch
那
that
么
he
你说
took.
越拉越轻，越拉越轻，
And you may say he felt lighter and lighter.
真的越拉越轻。
And he felt lighter.
到了岸上，
When he reached the shore,
只剩下一个骨头。
just bones are
这
left.
本书
Now this book,
《老人与海
The Old Man at the Sea,
拿到诺贝尔奖，
has won him a Nobel
他要
Prize.
他要启示，他要讲明一个故事。
And then he wanted to say a theme.
你成功吗？
That even when you are
你钓到
successful,
最大的鱼，
even when you win the
但是
world,
我告诉你，最后你也是失败的。
but in the end, you lose everything.
真的，他最后失败，
In the end, this author himself
他
lost
也是
everything.
自杀而死。
He also died by ending his life.
人生非常空虚，
And indeed, life can be so empty.
这些人都没有信仰。
These people do not have faith.
我们看见他的灵，
And we look at their spirit, their
这
soul,
位灵的神
and with regards to the God who is spirit,
没有交通。
they have no communion.
感谢主，
But yet we thank
我
God.
们谦卑，
Today when we humble,
相信耶稣，
when we are lowly in spirit
我
and
们有
believe in
信仰的
Jesus,
人生。
we have a life of
虽然我们
faith.
的人生各方面没有达到最高峰，
Even though our lives may not reach the greatest like this
可
man,
是我们有满足，
but yet we are satisfied.
有上帝常常赐我们平安。
We have God filling us always with peace.
上帝是灵，
God is spirit.
第三，
Thirdly,
上帝是爱，
God's attribute is also love.
上帝是爱，
God is love.
上帝是爱，所以他和人有密切的关系。
Because of love, He has a close tie with man.
当我们说上帝是爱的时候，
When we say that God is love,
他是一个personal God， 他是有位格的上帝。
God is also a personal God, or God is a God who is a
所以
person.
请你注意，它不是天地的一种气，天地正气，
So do not think that here is just air or here is just an element.
它不是原理，
Here is not just a thought or a concept or tongue.
它就是爱。
For He is love.
圣父爱圣子，
For God loves the Son,
圣子爱圣灵，
and the Son loves the Spirit,
圣子爱圣父，
and the Son loves God the Father,
圣子爱圣灵，
and the Son loves the Spirit,
圣灵爱圣父，
and the Spirit loves God the Father,
圣灵爱圣子，
and the Spirit loves the Son.
三位一体的神
So this God who is triune,
彼此相爱。
and they love one another in
这个
three
爱不但
persons.
是在神的当中，
This love do not just exist in God.
这个爱
This love
也是临到我们世界上每一个人。
is also spilled over to God's creation.
如
That
果
is
你
us.
分析宗教，
Now, if you were to analyze religion,
以前我们读神学的时候，常常有分析各样的宗教。
in the past when we study theology, we study comparative theology or comparative religions.
当时候有一本书叫做《五大宗教》。
Now, in those days, there is this book titled The Five Major
那
Religions
么
in the
五大
World.
宗教来比较，
Now, they compare the five major religions in the world.
我们常常说不怕不是货，只怕货比货。
Now, we often say that sometimes a thing is good until you start to compare with
所以
another.
宗教一比较的话，
So sometimes when we compare religion,
哇，你就发现
and then we realize,
基督教跟其他的宗教有所不同。
maybe then we realize Christians or Christianity is different
这
from other
本书
religions.
这本五大宗教后来成为禁书，
Now, these five major religions, this book later on become banned,
买不到了。
and you can't buy them
为什么？
anymore. Why?
因为新加坡在推行宗教和谐。
Because Singapore was pushing religious tolerance at that
这
time.
本书人看了以后，觉得基督教超越，基督教独特。
Because if you read that book, it gives an impression that Christianity is above all religions.
所以他禁止这本书入口。
Therefore, they ban these imports of this book.
当我们看见神是爱的时候，
Now, when we survey that God is
其
love,
他的宗教只有敬拜跟受教。
we will realize that all other religions only talk about doctrines and
可
instructions.
是我们呢？
But what about us?
我们除了敬拜，还有听他的教导以外，
Not only do we worship, we listen to doctrines and we listen to instructions,
我们领受了上帝的爱。
but we also receive love from God.
所以当我们受教、敬拜以外，
So therefore, not only are we indoctrinated, we receive
我们
instruction and we
领受
worship,
了上帝的爱，
but when we receive God's love as well,
所以我们就看见这位上帝就住在我们里面，
so therefore we will realize that this loving God is with
他的
us,
爱在我们的当中，
meaning His love can be among us.
不渺茫，
It is not something that is muddled,
不抽象，
it is not something that is
不
abstract,
遥远，
it is not something that is distant,
不是冥冥中有一位神，
it's not that somewhere out there there is a God, no.
他就是爱。
But God is love
因
even
为
among
这个
us.
爱，
Because of this love,
他愿意跟我们有所交通，
God is willing to have communion with us.
所以上帝造人要人与他团契。
Therefore, because of that, when God made man, God wants us to have a relationship with
所以我
Him.
们跟神祷告，那是非常平常的事。
So if we pray to God, it is a relationship.
我们内心痛苦，
When we are troubled with
我
this,
们向他祷告，
when we pray to God,
他平安给我们，
when He grants us peace,
他的安慰来到。
His comfort
不
comes
但
to
我
us.
们跟神的关系，
Not just this relationship with us and
他
God,
所有造的人
but all that He has made.
也跟我们一样，就是他所造的人当中，我们也用爱彼此联系。
And therefore, all mankind that He has created, He wants love to be in the relationship.
所有的人拒绝了爱，
But if all mankind were to reject love,
我们可以向神祷告，
but we can still pray to God.
但是我们教会是一个爱的团体，
But the church should be a loving
我
fellowship.
们在这里有交流，
Here we have communion.
我们在这里有彼此的相爱。
Here we share loving fellowship with one
最
another.
后呢，
And then
我们与神
finally with God,
达到合一的地步。
with God we can reach unity
所以
under Him.
当一个男朋友在追求他女朋友的时候，
So therefore, when a man were to pursue a woman,
他希望思想形态合一。
now he hoped that he and her, their characters, personalities, thinkings are the same.
他希望观念没有距离。
He wished that the two of them are close even in their minds.
最后，
And
他
finally-
希望内心跟身体大到没有距离，合而为一。
He also wished that one day he will be united with her in body and in the heart.
这就是爱最高的目的。
This will be the greatest purpose of
我
love.
们看到在启示录里面，
And when we study the book of Revelation,
他说：“看哪，上帝的帐幕在人间，
he says, Behold, the tabernacle of God is among us.
他要擦去我们一切的眼泪，
For God will wipe away our tears.
他与我们，
And he with us,
我们与他
we with him,
同住在那个新的耶路撒冷，
shall all dwell in the new Jerusalem.
大到合一的地步，
Until one day when all unity will come.
与神合而为一。
That we shall be all one with God.
今天当我们说上帝是爱的时候，
Today, when we describe that our God is love,
我们要反省，
we must also reflect on
我
ourselves.
们跟谁在联络，跟谁在相交？
Today, who are we communing with?
我们跟罪恶相交吗？
Are we communing with sin?
还是我们跟真理相交？
Or we have a communion with righteousness and the truth?
神的爱永存在我们心中。
Does God's love always dwell in us?
然后我们看见上帝是永远的，
And then another attribute of God is that He is eternal.
因为他造人的时候，
Because when God made man,
他把永远放在我们心里。
because of that, He puts eternity into man.
上帝生万物，
God bears all things
各按其时成为美好，
and set all things for good for
又
eternity.
将永生安置在我们世人心里。
And He also puts eternity in the hearts of man.
用今天的话来说，
If we put it in today's words,
上帝是我们永远的归宿。
God is our eternal dwelling
亲爱
place.
的朋友，你的归宿在哪里？
My friends, where will you dwell for eternity?
我们永远的归宿在上帝里面。
Our eternal dwelling must be in God.
这永远的归宿到何时为止？
And when will this eternal dwelling end?
就是 eternal，就是永远。
It will be for eternity.
世界上每个人都是自界的、
Today in this world, people can be direct.
边界的、
Many times there are a lot of
有意的、
secondary,
无意的，
whether is it intentional, not intentional,
都很注意今生的归宿。
all pay attention to the things of
我
today.
们长大了需要一个物质来居住。
For example, we grow older, we felt that we need a place to
那么
stay.
当我们结束了人生的日子，
And when we finally end our days on earth,
我们永远的归宿在哪里？
we must also think, where is our place to live forever?
有一天呢，我跑到一个世俗的那个骨灰安置所，
Now one day I went to a columbarium, which is actually secular.
整间弄得珠光宝气，
And the whole place was very well ornamented.
他就让人在那里买骨灰位，以后放骨灰位。
And then people can buy all the special niche that are there and later on to put your ashes
我
there.
看新加坡人理性很黑暗，
And we see that, and I see Singaporeans, their minds are dark.
很奇怪的，
Very strangely,
一
I
车一
realized,
车再来，
one by one when they
10
arrive,
个8个，
10, 20 of them,
听那个人解释。
they listen to the people
我
explaining
也
to them.
成为听众，
I become an audience
在
listening to the
在
person
听那个人讲解。
explaining about all these niches.
啊，他说这些位我们都看过风水的，
So he said to us who were there, all these niche have seen through
你骨
feng
灰
shui.
放在这里，
If you put your niche, if you put your
啊，
ashes
你
in the
一
niche
切
there,
顺利，会后代会很旺的。
because of the good geomancy, all your posterity will go.
好，现在这个多少钱
How much is that?
？5000。
5,000 for
哇，
one.
这么贵啊！
People say,
还有
what
3000 的
expensive.
也有。
He said, we also have cheaper one, 3,000.
所以这个人看了以后，
So after a person viewed his niche,
10分钟以后，
10 minutes later,
他说：“你们年老的人可以开始订了。
and then he started to tell all the senior citizens, please book one for yourself now.
这句话合理，
Now this is rational, yes.
但是你们的儿子也可以订了。
And he even tell them, even your grandchildren can book a
最
place
后
now.
这个人赚钱，
And finally to him to earn
你
money.
们的孙子也可以订。
Because to earn money, he tell them, even your grandchildren go and book one
我
now.
看有一个人
I realized one man
为他的孙子10岁订了一个位，
actually book a niche for his 10-year-old grandson.
3000块钱，
$3,000 for him.
那个白白拿去丢掉。
It is like throwing the money into the river.
他的孩子这么小
His grandson is still so young,
，10岁，
just 10 years
不
old.
必找永远的归宿，
You don't need to find eternal place
不
yet.
必找这个暂时的归宿。
You do not need to find a temporal place now.
我们看见他的理性很黑暗，
We see such people, their minds are dark.
人生不是那个骨灰位做借数，
Because our final destiny is not that niche there.
天堂才是我们永远的归宿。
But heaven should be the place that we should get ourselves there.
土葬也好，
Whether we be buried one day,
火葬也好，
whether we be cremated
我
one
们
day,
丢在海里面海葬也好，
even when we are buried at the sea.
不重要的。
These are not the most
这
important.
些归宿是暂时的归宿。
All the places that we dwell in, these places are just for a
我
while.
们有上帝，
We have God.
上帝是我们永远的归宿。
God must be and shall be our eternal dwelling
今
place.
天早上，
This morning,
我们来思想，
let us ponder.
预备迎见神。
When we say we prepare to meet with God,
这位神是怎样的神？
what sort of God is He that we shall
他
meet?
是光，
He is light.
他是灵，
He is spirit.
他是爱，
He is love.
他是永远的归宿。
And He is our eternal dwelling
我
place.
们来预备心，守主的圣餐。